For today's class, you don't need any props, but of course, if you have props at home, like blocks or a pillow or a strap, it might be useful just to keep it around because you never know when it might be helpful for you, but you don't need any props. This is my cat, Nika. She will definitely be joining us. What else? That's it. If you have any music you'd like to put on in the background, you can feel free. I'm not going to be playing any on here. And then just find a comfortable seat. We'll get started. So your comfortable seat doesn't have to be the traditional cross-legged stance. You can also have your legs out straight, or you can be kneeling if that's what's most comfortable, but just somewhere you can feel very grounded. You can even start laying down. Maybe start to close your eyes or just soften the gaze somewhere on the floor in front of you. I like to rock a little side to side because that helps me feel really grounded. And once you're here, palms can be face down on your knees today. A little extra grounding sensation. So on your next inhale, breathe in through the nose, bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. And as you exhale, breathe out the mouth, release the shoulders down and back. We're going to do two more. So inhale through the nose, shoulders up. And exhale out the mouth, shoulder blades down and together. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then continue with this deep breath, but shift to both in and out through the nose. And so the first big practice that we do in yoga is just paying attention. So the practice of paying attention. While you're sitting here, breathing really deeply, feeling grounded through the body, try to notice something new. And this can be something physical in the body, or maybe in your thoughts. It can also be something outside of yourself if you notice a new sound or a new smell. And notice even if the breath has changed since you started searching for this new thing. Try to keep that really deep, even in and out through the nose breath. Notice if you can create more space, maybe sitting up a little bit taller. And if your mind starts to drift off, see if you can bring it back to the sensations in your body, maybe to your breath. When we feel connected to our body and to the present moment, whatever is surrounding us, it makes it easier for us to feel connected to something bigger than ourselves. And it doesn't have to be a religious, like God figure, but it can simply be the connection with humanity, connection and compassion for other people. So if you can find someone other than yourself that you can dedicate this class to, go ahead and settle in on that person. It can even be a stranger. And then when you're ready in the next few breaths, just bringing both hands to heart center. And as you press the palms together, the fingers are close. Actively press, engage the muscles of the arms as you press through the hands, and then lift the sternum up towards your thumbs. Create a connection there too. We'll seal all these dedications with one really deep sighing breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in your own time, you can start to blink open your eyes and make your way to Tadasana, mountain pose, standing at the top of your mat. So in your mountain pose, your big toes are touching, maybe a little bit of space between the heels, but overall, keeping the feet pretty close together. Go ahead and spread the toes really wide, and then one toe at a time, so starting with the pinkies, just grounding down. See if you can do one at a time, and feel grounded through all 10 toes. And then once you're grounded, maybe rocking a little bit forward and a little bit back, finding that true center. So completely even weight distribution throughout the whole foot. So again, the art of paying attention sometimes means we slow down, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be working hard, right? Once you find your true center here in Tadasana, imagine pressing down more through the feet to engage the legs. From there, squeezing through the core, lifting slightly through the bottom ribs so you're nice and long through the spine. Shoulders are relaxed and together. Reaching tall with the crown of the head. Good. On your next inhale, you can sweep the arms up overhead and just lengthen through both sides. So maybe reaching more with the right hand, more with the left, and sort of climbing your way up, nice and tall. Good. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, forward fold, let it go. You can bend through the knees. Inhale, lift halfway, palms find the shins, roll the shoulders away from the ears so you're long through the spine. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Again, lengthening through both sides, whatever that feels like or looks like. And then exhale, dive straight back down. Inhale, half lift, long through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. And one more time, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll move into Sun Salutation A. We do a lot of Sun Salutations to warm up the body. So every class, you'll probably have at least one Sun Salutation. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. So just one foot at a time, steps all the way back. Fingers really wide, palms directly beneath the shoulders. Hips are shoulder height. Actively kicking through the heels. Imagine you're pressing the mat away, creating space between the shoulder blades. One more inhale. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin for the first vinyasa. Keep the elbows against the ribs. And then sliding through like an inchworm for baby cobra. So keeping your hips on the floor. And then as you exhale, you can move through tabletop position into your first down dog. So from downward facing dog, whatever movements feel good, you can go ahead and explore them. It's the first down dog of the class, so we'll be here for a few breaths. It might feel good to just bend the knees. And your knees never have to completely straighten, especially if that helps the spine feel long. Maybe you pedal out the feet, drawing the heels towards the floor, but again, the heels never have to touch the floor. Keeping the spine nice and long is the most important. And then starting to find stillness. As you inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step one foot at a time all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Nice. So we're going to do that one more time. This time, one breath, one movement. So keep the breath nice and long and even so you have time to move through each movement. And if you've been taking this class for a little while and you have chaturanga in your practice, you can choose to vinyasa that way as well. So inhale, arms sweep up. Maybe the palms touch this time. Maybe you lift the gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Lower down your way, either knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga, that half push-up, elbows touching the ribs the whole time. Inhale, upward facing dog with the hips lifted, or cobra with the hips grounded. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, you'll inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step one foot at a time, all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, crown reaches forward, hips reach back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Great job. From here, inhale, let the arms sweep up, palms touch, lift the gaze. This time, find a little back bend. So follow the thumbs back. Nice. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step only the left foot back. Good, so you're in this lunge. Rock a little bit forward, rock a little bit back. You can be up on your fingertips just to create more space. If you do have blocks and you want to use them, they can help if the floor feels really far away. You can put the blocks under your hands. We're not going to be here for very long, but just for reference. Good. From here, plant the hands, step the right foot back, plank pose. Nice. Fingers are wide, so practice using your fingers, actively squeezing through the fingertips. Option to stay here in stillness, building some heat, or to build a little bit more heat, we'll start tapping our knees. So alternating, tapping right knee, tapping left knee. Breathing in and out through the nose, nice and even, slow, deep breaths. Beautiful job, one more. Good. From this plank, just drop both knees down. So notice my knees are behind my hips. So I'm in this modified push-up position. And we're gonna go ahead and do some mindful push-ups. So in order to build strength for our chaturanga, we're gonna keep our elbows against the ribs, so tricep push-ups. Imagine when we lower down, pulling your heart between your index fingers, right? So as you inhale, maybe you rock slightly forward, align the hips and the spine in one straight line. And as you exhale, really, really slow, elbow slide along the ribs as you tap down. Inhale, press back up. Good. Exhale, lower like an elevator, nice and slow. Inhale up. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And then press back, child's pose. So you can untuck the toes, lengthen through the arms, let the forehead reach towards the floor. You can be a little active with the elbows lifted, or if you want to relax the arms, you can relax the arms too. Good. Just one more breath in child's pose. On the next inhale, press up to tabletop. So this time my knees are beneath the hips. Hands are beneath the shoulders, fingers are still really wide. We'll go through a few rounds of cat and cow. So moving with the breath as you inhale, we'll find cow. So tucking the toes, let the belly drop, the gaze lift, and roll the shoulders away from the ears, which means you might have to bend the elbows a little bit, keep the collarbone nice and wide. And as you exhale, untuck the toes, find cat, press the mat away, arching through the back gaze towards the belly button. 2 more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. 1 more. Great. From tabletop position, just walk your hands a little bit farther in front, tuck the toes, spine downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, inhale, step that left foot forward, all the way up between the hands. You can use your hands to help the foot up. And we're in this active lunge again. So starting to rock forward, rock back, just making sure that we're even on both sides. Maybe a little side to side, feels good. Good. So this time, stepping the right foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Forward folds. Good. From this forward fold, find a chair pose. So the big toes are touching. Let the seat drop as the arms reach up overhead. Biceps are by the ears. And instead of reaching the seat all the way back like you're trying to sit in that chair, imagine your tailbone actually reaching down towards your heels. Right? Bottom ribs draw slightly in towards the belly button and up. So we're long through the lower part of the back. All the way through the crown of the head. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, drop lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, drop a little bit lower. And then slowly lower all the way down to sit. You can use your hands to sit on the floor. Walk the seat back a little bit. We'll find Tadasana. So in Tadasana, the legs are extended out in front of you, actively flexing through the feet so the toes are coming towards your nose. From here, bring your hands by your hips and just inhale, lengthen through the heart up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, just bow forward. So your hands are still behind you, keeping that length through the spine, elbows glued to the sides. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Good, 2 more. And last one. Good. Coming back up to center, keep your right leg extended straight. Bring this left leg in, sole of the foot against the upper right leg. Good. For now, stay facing this right big toe as you inhale, lift. And exhale, start to fold over the right leg, keeping a length in the spine, just like we did in the forward fold. So your hands don't have to come even close to the feet. You can stay on the shin, keeping the heart space lifted up and towards the toes. Good. And as you inhale, start to walk yourself back up. And then bring your right hand to your left knee. We're going to find a twist. So the back of the right hand finds the top of the left knee, and your left hand becomes that second spine. As you inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, twist to the left. Gaze over the left shoulder. Good. Every inhale, you find a little bit more length in the spine. Every exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, release this left arm up overhead. And then as you exhale, lean over to the right. So we're reaching over this right leg, but keeping the shoulders stacked on top of each other. So rolling this left shoulder back by your left ear. Maybe someday you'll be able to tap those right toes. Good. Inhale back up to center, and then come all the way back to center. This left leg comes forward to meet the right. And just to feel the difference between sides, go ahead and fold forward here. Again, practice noticing. What feels different from left to right? Is there difference left to right? And then we'll switch sides, bringing the right foot into the left leg. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold over the left leg towards the left big toe, keeping the heart nice and the spine nice and long, leading with the heart. As you inhale, come up to center, and we'll make our way into the twist. So the back of the left hand comes to the back, the top of the right knee. This right hand becomes that second spine. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist, gazes over the right shoulder. Every inhale lifts and lengthens. Every exhale, maybe you twist a little bit more. Even the eyes are looking over to the right. On the next inhale, the right arm reaches up. Exhale, folding over the left leg. Roll that right shoulder back. So notice where you feel this. You can feel it in your extended leg, but also especially in this right side. Inhale, back up to center. Good. Bring that right foot forward, and then again, if you want, just to feel the difference, fold forward. See if you can notice anything. Good. So let's find our way to plank pose. So cross the legs, you can roll over the legs. Plank pose. Nice. From plank, we're gonna flow through a vinyasa. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower your way, either knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. From downward facing dog, inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. You can stack the hips, bend the knee, flex through the foot. Make some movements if it feels good. And then on the exhale, step that right foot all the way forward, preparing for high lunge. So root down through the feet. Make sure you're sturdy first. Then inhale the arms up overhead. Still actively kicking through this left heel. So no deep bend in this left knee. We're trying to keep it as straight as we can here. Inhale. Exhale, let's tap this left knee down. Inhale up. Good, and you don't have to if you want to stay in this high lunge. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Two more, exhale. Inhale up. Last one, exhale. And inhale up. This time as you exhale, bring this knee, the back knee down. Untuck the back toe. We're in this sort of box lunge. So the right knee is above the right ankle, left hip is above this left knee. Pivot your left toes a little bit over to the right side of the mat. And bring your right hand inside by your right foot. From here, you can inhale the left arm up overhead, finding a modified side angle pose. So if this doesn't feel good, if it feels a little intense in the hip, you can bring your elbow on top of the right knee instead, and instead you'd be lifting this left arm up and overhead. So lengthening through this whole left side. Good. Nice. On your next inhale, we'll find a modified warrior two. So bringing the arms up, soft gaze over the right fingertips here. If you want to add some cushion under the knee, we're just here for one more minute. Flipping the right palm as you inhale, we'll find a modified peaceful warrior. So this left hand will slide down the back leg as your right arm reaches up, keeping the bend in the right knee. Maybe this left hand comes all the way down towards the calf or even the ankle. So finding that real big extension through both sides of the ribs, wherever it feels good. Good, one more inhale, really reach at those right fingers. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to either side of the right foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and then mindfully take a big step just to the top of the mat. Mika is here with me. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms sweep up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Nice. So from here, find a drishti. So this is a focus point in order to help you keep balanced. So find something that's not moving just to look at. We're going to find tree pose. So first rooting down through the whole right leg. Again, equally distributing the weight on the whole right foot. Hands can start at the hips, Start with a kickstand tree, so just bringing the left heel in towards the right ankle and then firming up through that standing leg so you don't have like sassy hips. And then the left foot can maybe travel up onto the calf, working on balance here. Or the left foot can avoid the knee, come above all the way to the top of the right leg. And we're externally rotating this knee. So we're trying to bring the left knee all the way over to the left while both hips face forward. Good. Option to stay here, wherever here is, calf, ankle, or up on the leg. Challenge option is to find eagle arms. So arms open up to a T. On this side, the right arm will come underneath the left. Modification to grab opposite shoulders, or finding those full eagle arms, palms come to touch. So the gaze is beyond the hands. As you inhale, the elbows lift slightly off the chest. And as you exhale, the shoulders relax. Good. What can you notice? Maybe if you're really wobbly or if you fall out, you notice what you tell yourself. Do you come right back in or do you beat yourself up first? If you have the eagle arms, you can release the arms. And then starting to draw this left knee up and in towards your chest. And then you can bring it down to the floor. Go ahead and shake out the leg, shake out the standing leg. Maybe give the calf or the foot a little bit of extra love for doing all that hard work. And then we'll switch sides. We're doing down through the whole left foot. Hands can come to the hips. Reestablish that drishti, that non-moving point that will help you balance. And start with the kickstand tree. And this side tree can look different, so staying mindful, not just jumping into whatever you did on the first side, really feeling it out. Maybe on this side the calf feels good, working on that balance, pressing through the standing leg. Maybe on this side, above the knee, feels right. Option to stay here, or if you'd like to do those eagle arms on this side, arms come out to a T, this time the left arm goes under. Option to grab the shoulders or find those full eagle arms, palms touching. So the hips are both facing forward. The right knee is reaching over to the right. And the shoulders are facing forward above the hips. The elbows are consciously lifting slightly off of the chest, but the shoulder blades are reaching down and back. So we've got a lot of counter instructions here in order to find some space. Good. If you have those eagle arms, you can start to release. And then you can bring the right knee in towards your chest and then mindfully place it down. Nice. So from here, inhale, let the arms sweep up. Option to find that back bend just if it feels good. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to plank. We'll make our way through Vinyasa. So inhaling in plank, exhale, lower your way, either knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through your back bend, either cobra with the hips grounded or upward facing dog with the hips lifted. And then exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, the left leg lifts up to the sky as you breathe in. You can open the hips, flex to the foot, make circles, kick yourself in the butt, whatever feels good. And then as you exhale, that left foot steps all the way forward. Root down, nice and sturdy first as you inhale, arms lift up for high lunge. So starting by keeping this right leg straight, we're actively kicking back with that right heel. And then if you want to join us for the challenge, we'll inhale, really reaching through the fingers. Exhale, tap that right knee down. Inhale, press right back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, drop that back knee, untuck that back toe for this box lunge. So making sure the left knee is above the left ankle, right hip above the right knee. The right toes draw slightly to the left side of the mat. And then you bring your left hand inside that left foot. Inhale the right arm all the way up for modified side angle pose. Again, if this side, it doesn't feel good on the palm, you can come up forearm on the knee, and the right arm reaches up and over, really lengthening through the whole right side. Good, so a few more breaths here. Last one. As you inhale, find that modified warrior two. Soft gaze over the left fingers. Right arm is reaching back, left arm is reaching forward. Flipping the left palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. Reaching up and back with the left hand, the right hand slides down that back leg. Maybe it comes all the way to the calf or all the way to the ankle as you keep that bend in the left knee. One more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down onto the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. This time the left foot steps back, plank pose. Let's flow our way through the last Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale your back bend, either cobra or up dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. All right. So just a little bit more. From downward facing dog, let's find Dolphin Pose. So Dolphin Pose, everything stays the same except you drop down to your elbows, right? So that might mean you need to bend more into the knees. That's okay. We're keeping the spine nice and long. There's no weight in the head and neck. You're looking back by your feet or by your knees. Fingers are wide, pressing into the arms so that you have that space in the shoulders, again, so that there's no weight on your head and neck. Good. So we'll be here for 2 more breaths. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can start walking your feet in a little bit closer to you, moving towards stacking your hips over your shoulders. 1 more breath. Good, and from this Dolphin Pose, we're gonna find just a forearm plank, and I swear we're not gonna be here for long. But make your way into a forearm plank, either by walking your arms forward or your feet back. Good. So nice and mindful as you breathe in, and as you exhale, you can lower to the knees, and then lower the hips. Untuck the toes. And now we're in Sphinx Pose. So elbows should be directly beneath the shoulders, pressing into the palms. Imagine pulling your heart forward between the thumbs. The spine is long, the gaze is just a little bit in front of the index fingers. Shoulders are drawing together and sliding down your spine towards your hips. Good. And today we're gonna add a little bit more to this pose. We're gonna add some hip opener to it. It's called half frog. So we're gonna do the left side first so that I can demonstrate it for you up here. So for half frog, you're going to bend into the left knee and draw that knee next to the hip. You're gonna line your left ankle directly underneath the left knee. So your toe's not reaching way out and your toe is also not touching your right leg. It's directly beneath. Flex through the left foot. And then once that is in place, you can shift your gaze back to the front and try to draw both hips down towards the floor. So we're working inside the left hip. Good. So if this feels like a lot on your shoulders, you can also take the back bend out of it and just create a pillow with your hands, elbows as wide as the mat, just keeping the half frog option. Maybe close the eyes. Do a little body scan, noticing what you notice inside the body, starting at the top of the head and slowly making your way down the body. Good, 2 more breaths. And slowly start to bring this left knee back in to meet the right leg. Make that pillow with your hands, like I mentioned, letting the elbows be nice and wide. And just rock your hips side to side. So a little break between sides here. And then when you're ready, we'll get into the right side. So coming back first into Sphinx, elbows directly beneath the shoulders, fingers wide. Imagine pulling your heart forward between the fingers. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Spine is long, and you're not looking way up, so there's no strain in the neck. The gaze is only slightly forward. You're also not letting your head totally drop, looking at your chest here. So finding the half frog on the right side, bending into the right knee. The right knee comes in line with the right hip. The right ankle goes directly beneath the knee, flexing through the foot. So we're active. Then the gaze shifts forward, and imagine pulling that right hip down towards the floor, keeping both hips towards the mat. Same option on this side if it feels like a lot in the shoulders. You can create that pillow with your hands. Good. So this time I encourage you maybe to soften the gaze or to close your eyes. And this time, find something else to pay attention to. So last time we did a body scan inside the body. Maybe you do an outside scan. So without looking around with your head, trying to notice what's around you. So maybe with your eyes closed, you can feel that your couch is close to you. You can imagine where your couch is. Maybe you can hear someone watching TV in the other room. Taking the time to be present in your body and in your space. Good, 2 more breaths. Good. And slowly starting to bring that right leg back in towards the left. You can relax the body down onto that pillow of your hands. Maybe just shift the hips side to side. And then flipping over onto your back. From your back, the knees come in towards your chest. You can give them a gentle squeeze, maybe rock a little side to side. Give yourself a massage. This is usually my favorite part of class. And then find happy baby. So reaching between the knees for the outsides of the feet, and then draw the knees by your armpits. So someday they'll tap the floor next to you. Someday might not mean this lifetime, if you're me. So if you feel a lot of pressure on the head or neck here, you can choose to hold on behind the knee instead. That way your shoulders can stay grounded and you're still getting a nice deep stretch. Good. 1 more breath. Maybe extending one leg and the other if it feels good. Good. And then start to relax the left leg down onto the floor as you grab around the right shin, finding wind relief around the right side. So flexing through both feet, actively kicking through both heels, drawing the right knee in and towards your armpit. So a little bit to the side, avoiding the ribs, but pulling actively with your arms so that you can almost feel like a pinch, but it's really a stretch inside your hips. Good. And then start to ease up on that grip. Keeping your left hand on your right knee, extend that right arm out to the side. We're gonna find a twist. So draw that right leg across the body for the twist. If you don't know what to do with your right foot, if it doesn't comfortably touch the floor, you can tuck your right toes kind of like behind your left knee. That's where it feels good for me anyway. But that just adds a little extra grounding sensation. Option to look towards your right hand for a deeper twist. Good, and then as you inhale, coming back to center, draw this right knee in towards your chest, and then start to lift up, engage through the core like you're doing a little crunch here. Flex through both feet, hover that whole left leg off the floor, and we're gonna alternate legs, switching back and forth. I swear this is the last bit of work. We're just gonna switch over, so the left knee's in towards your chest, right leg is straight and hovering, then switching again, breathing evenly, going your own pace, as slow or as fast as feels good, keeping the shoulders lifted off the floor. Nice, and the next time your left leg is in your grip, you can relax everything down and find wind reliever on the left side. So pulling this left knee towards your left shoulder, away from the ribs, enough that you can feel the stretch in your hip. Still active and long through the right side, the right leg is grounded. Good, one more breath. Keeping that right hand on the left leg, extend the left arm straight and find the twist, drawing the left leg across the body. And either the left foot is touching the floor or you can hook it behind the right knee. Gaze is neutral or looking towards your left hand for that little deeper twist. As you inhale, start to come back to center. Make any last wiggles or movements that you need to, and then make your way into Shavasana. So if you want a blanket or a pillow or anything for Shavasana, you can use this time to get that. But making yourself comfortable. So for some people, it's a traditional Shavasana, palms up by your side, arms and legs really wide, like taking up space. Sometimes it feels good to have the hands on the body, on the stomach or on the chest. For some people, laying on your back isn't comfortable at all. You can choose to lay on your side in Garbhasana, fetal pose, for any Shavasana that you do. It's not always offered, but you can always take that. So finding that position where you can feel totally comfortable. All of our practice, all of our moving and stretching prepares us for Shavasana. It prepares us for the most difficult posture. Everybody loves Shavasana, but it's actually the most difficult because you're supposed to stay present. Without any moving to distract you, without anything to look at to distract you, just being there. Noticing. So take the next couple of minutes to just be and just notice. And I'll bring you back after about 2 minutes. Enjoy your rest. Keeping your eyes closed. And just start to deepen the breath. Don't move any muscles quite yet. Staying present and in your body. Acknowledge that you showed up today. Acknowledge whatever connection you might have felt to yourself or to others. And in your own time, you can wake up the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles, just letting that movement kind of grow on its own. Maybe it feels good to find a really big stretch. And then if you're not already on your side, roll over onto the right side. Find Garbhasana, drawing the knees in towards your chest in fetal pose. And take the next few breaths to return to your dedication. Take the time to thank your body. And give yourself a little bit of time just to listen and let your body thank you. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly make your way back up to sit. Whenever you're here, hands can come to heart center or relax on your knees. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me. It has been and it always is such an honor guiding you. I hope you can take this practice of noticing out with you into the world and off of your mat. Have a wonderful week, knowing that you are as much a part of the universe as the trees and the stars. And though there's no way we can know for sure, there's also no doubt that the universe is unfolding exactly the way that it should. Namaste.